A few months ago, we started a long adventure. I talked about plans and preparations. You saw my flagship, the Ravenclaw, but also boats for fishermen. I showed all stages of building base plates. You saw more houses and buildings. With each episode, more minifigures arrived. And I ordered more and more parts. I didn't even forget about animals. They are there too. Finally, after a long time, the moment everyone had been waiting for, my city, Wharf, is ready. Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. After many months I can finally say it. Today you will see the final episode of this series, Winter in the Wharf. I finally finished my biggest project so far. In a moment I will discuss something interesting facts and tell you about the entire project. First of all, I would like to thank you. Thanks for all your comments and thumbs up. Without you, this series would not be possible. Now it's time for the final, so let's get started. The last episode is a presentation of the entire project, but not only. I still have a few things left to build, mainly details, which will appear even more than you saw in the previous episodes. Luckily, I didn't make any orders on Bricklink, because there were a lot of them. In the final episode, I will plan the placement of all the minifigures, and there are a lot of them. You will also see some interesting scenes from city life. There will also be some technical information and numbers. It's time to finish building this project. First of all, see what lanterns I built. I made 3. I think they look very nice. The inspiration was, of course, Novigrad from the Witcher game. You could see many such lanterns there. The structure is quite simple. I added tiles on the sides to make the look more interesting. Now it's time to attach them in distinguished places on each base plate. If you think I already have a lot of snow in my Moc, you are wrong. There will be even more of it. I will finally use the 3x3 round curved slopes that I bought a long time ago, and I haven't used them yet. I added additional snow drifts in many places. Look where I added more snow. I've been wanting to add some plants to my project for a long time. It's a city, so there couldn't have been much of it, and it's winter. I chose some wild bushes. There will be only 10 of them here. I've prepared several places for these plants, so see where they will appear. And another little detail. Because I have a lot of fish, then some of them will end up on such small fish dryers. I like the fact that the fish stick to the minifig's hand. This makes it look very nice. I made 2 of these, so let's put them somewhere. One here, and the second one here. Finally, it's time for boxes and barrels. I have quite a lot of them, so there will be something to arrange. Thanks to these things, my port will gain its final harm. So, let's scatter them around the city. All the details are already in the place. There are still no minifigures and animals, but that will come soon. Before I move on to this stage, it's time for a few other interesting things. The first, compare my project with the studio app that I showed you in the first episode. I think I managed to plan everything well. Such digital design makes future construction much easier for me. If you are planning to build a large project, I recommend to prepare such a pattern. It's time to discuss the technical data, and there is a lot to say. Let's start with the dimensions. My project have 58 stats deep and 140 length. It's really a very big project. The main tower has 66 that's high. How many bricks do you think I used here? Of course, I can't count them all exactly. There are about 25,000 parts, maybe even more. I built the project for exactly 6 months. I used 39 minifigures here, including 13 Raven Knights. And I have a lot of animals here, including 5 new seals from the Arctic sets. My mock also includes some tutorials. In the video description you will find more information. I have the following things about that you can use for many different purposes. Medieval crane, of course it works, and has a movable arm. And the main highlight of this mock, the Ravenclaw ship. Raven's Knight main unit was the first thing I built, so I'll say a few words about it. The Ravenclaw ship contains 1380 parts. The instructions are available on Rebrickable.com, link in the description of this video. The construction is very interesting, but requires good manual skills. There are a lot of ropes and interesting construction techniques here. You will learn much more from the second episode. I showed many construction stages there. If you are curious, be sure to watch this episode. I have a lot of minifigures scenes to prepare before the final discuss of the Wharf. There are 39 of them, so there will be something to set up. So, check out my ideas. My mock couldn't exist without water, so now look how much of it I have. 4 base plates, 3 smaller and 1 very large. The large one will have a Ravenclaw shape on it. I used a huge number of parts to build this water. There are probably several thousand. In episode 8 I even enlarged the biggest base plate. I used all my transdark blue ties I had here. I only have 1 left. Now I will discuss each fragment. First baseplate at the beginning. This is where I built first slopes on my wharf, and tested few techniques. I think that if I were building this baseplate now, they would be a bit bigger. It's a bit tight here. There is also additional baseplate, on which my medieval crane stands. On the left side I added a long beam that protects the wharf. All the techniques I used here can be found in the third episode. Building houses is the next thing I've planned. At the beginning I built the largest, the sand green one. There is a shop downstairs where you can buy various types of fish, but not only. There is also a lobster and other seafood. I built the second house a bit back. It's the smallest of all, but I like it very much. It has a different construction technique than the others, everything done in snot, tiles forward. The residents have a large balcony overlooking the sea. If you want to know how to build such houses, please see episode 4. The second baseplate is something completely different. After all, I had to make a lot of space here for the main tower. On the right side I built stairs leading to the walls. On the back I added some cool details. A monument of brave warrior. There are also many passages and stairs here. In episode 5 you will find more about this baseplate. Raven Knight's main tower is the largest thing on this project. Its structure was very interesting. The base of the tower is 20 by 18 stats. It's the largest tower I have ever made. On the sides of the tower there are 2 large pennants in color of Raven Knights. The upper part is decorated with stepped battlements. Look at the back, we have a thief from Forestman faction here. More about this building in episode 6. Time for the last baseplate, my favorite. It's much larger than previous ones. There are 2 buildings, a third house and a boat builder's workshop. It's worth mentioning the slope at the front and store railing. On the right side I built a boat slip and connection to the water. I think this baseplate could be a nice separate mock. I like it very much. If you want to know how I built this thing, see episode 7. And the last two things. The third house. I like it the most. There is a shop downstairs where you have a lot of things. Upstairs there is a large balcony and wooden finishing. To build the house I used medium nougat, which I like very much. The last building in my project is a boat builder's workshop. A small thing, but I think it fits perfectly to the whole project. There are a lot of things inside, and the skeleton of the boat. Check out episode 8 to see much more about these buildings. The finished project looks like this. All things are already in place. Mock is very big. I don't think I'll build something equally big anytime soon. And how do you like it? I'm very satisfied. I think it's my best project so far. It cost me a lot of work and money, but it was worth it. Everything that has a beginning also has the end. So let's move on to sum up this final episode. Building this mock was a great adventure, but also hard work. I will keep this project for a few months. I want to show it at 2 exhibitions. This means I won't be doing any big project in near future. I'm a bit tired of castle. Now I'm going to make a few Star Wars vehicles. And I have a lot of ideas for Minecraft series, which I will devote more time in next year. This doesn't mean that I completely forget about castle. I already have 2 ideas in my head. Let me know in the comment how do you like this mock. Okay, this is the end of Winter in the Wharf. Thank you all for watching this series. And see you next time. Bye!